Hey, Travis Daggett with Cornerstone Properties Eugene, up on beautiful Spencer Butte. Great day, great weather. We've had a lot of smoke, but now it's clearing off. And want to talk today about a common question people have, and you may have too, about selling your house and what season or time of year is best for selling. So every season has pluses and minuses, advantages and disadvantages. Most people think of prime selling season as spring. So the advantages to selling in the spring, of course, weather's changing, especially around here. People feel like getting outside and looking at houses more. It's just more pleasant to go out when it's drier and flowers are blossoming, so landscaping looks better. People are doing cleaning. Yeah, great time to look at houses, time to sell your house. Now, there are also some disadvantages. One, of course, being if everybody thinks spring's the best time to sell, well, then there's going to be a lot of competition, potentially at least. So that can make it harder to sell your house quickly or to get the price that you want because there are more houses on the market at that time. Now, in Eugene, we've been going on 3 years now, at least, of a couple months of inventory. So inventory's been low anyway. It's been a strong seller's market. Prices have been high. Properties have been selling quickly. That's starting to shift now this year, so that doesn't last forever, of course. But that's not as big of a factor for the last few years. The next time people think about selling is summer. The advantage there, of course, the weather is still nice, and kids in school, it's not as disruptive to move during the summer, especially if somebody's moving school districts. So that's an advantage to the summer. The disadvantage to the summer, of course, not super common here, but it can get really hot. That can discourage people, especially if your house doesn't have air conditioning. And if you're showing your house and people are walking upstairs and it turns into a furnace or a sauna or a steam room, that could be a real downer for people. The next season people think of selling in is the fall. Of course, the big potential disadvantage there is selling at a time that people are busy getting back to school. And if you're selling your house in the fall, that's a big factor of the kids maybe having to switch. The advantage is less people are selling, so you may be able to sell your house faster or for a higher price. And then the traditionally worst time of year to sell is the winter, especially in Eugene, because it's dark, it's rainy, it's cool, it's cold, could even be snowy or icy. So a lot of times people don't want to go out during that time period. Although if you're from Eugene, you're used to that. You don't even use an umbrella. But if buyers are visiting or they're from out of town, that might turn them off. In fact, it may turn them off to even living in Eugene because of the weather. But the advantage to listing your house during that season is you're probably going to have the least amount of competition. So again, that can be a positive as well. So there's pluses and minuses to selling in different seasons. Really, the most important factor for selling your house is deciding how you want to sell it. Do you want to sell it privately, as is, with no contingencies for cash? Or do you want to sell it publicly using a broker, listing it, open houses, lock boxes, sign in the yard? Two different ways. If you have a house that needs work or you've missed mortgage payments, you may want to consider selling it as is, especially if you need to sell quickly. If those aren't a concern for you, your house is in good shape, you have time to wait, and you want the highest price, you probably want to consider listing it with a real estate broker. So hope that answers some questions. It gives you some ideas about the best time of year to sell and different ways you can sell your house. If you are in a situation where maybe you've inherited a house or it's going through probate, could be that you've had to evict tenants, anything like that, we'd like to buy your house. We pay cash. So give us a call and we can answer any questions that you have. Again, I'm Travis Daggett with Cornerstone Properties.